It is officially the season of summer here in Texas, and that also means it's summertime over at Rockstar's offices, and this has left many players, including myself, wondering what's in store for Red Dead Online 2022, and that is up for our discussion today. The state of the game overall has felt pretty stale and boring this year, and considering a few of these monthly events also haven't really had much to offer at all anyway, that's only made things worse for us players. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today on the show we will be talking about summer 2022 for Red Dead Online and what, if anything, is planned and really what's most realistic to expect at this point. So if you enjoyed this video at any point, or if you just find it helpful, let me know by dropping a like on it. And if you'd like to stay up to date and in the loop with everything Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online, consider hitting that subscribe button with your bell notifications turned on. So jumping in, let's get the obvious out of the way. This is the final week of the June event here in Red Dead Online, and come July 5th, which is a Tuesday morning, we will be entering the July event here in-game. It will most likely be another monthly event, at least. I guess there's always a possibility for a change back to weekly events, and that's honestly something I would really appreciate right now, as I feel the monthly events for us all are kind of played out. Maybe you agree or disagree, but it would be a different story if we got, you know, like a quick draw club featuring some new unlocks, loot, and rewards themed around each one of these monthly events. But as things stand currently, longtime players are bored, and the new players are also just not getting the best experience out of the game from Rockstar either. So with the prospective July event and update beginning next week, a lot of players are wondering if we're getting a summer update at all, and it just really isn't looking promising right now. There's been a few really good indicators that have popped up in April, May, and June in regards to what could signal a DLC is on the way. However, we also have news on these indicators actually being reverted and reversed, and this just means that things are not really progressing here, but we will get into that in this video. Best case scenario is we get news with the July event or sometime early or mid-July separately, but this is supposed to be a hopium-free video, so let's get into some of the other things I wanted to discuss. Over the past few days, Rockstar insider and enthusiast TezFun2 has shared a few extra details with us of what's going on with Rockstar, and also communicated what they're doing behind closed doors, and also what their priorities are and what future plans they may have. Now, when addressing some players' concerns over what should be regarded as good news for the future of the game, Tez shared the following. When 1174185 Depot receives new updates regularly, because Rockstar tends to update it and remove the additions a day later, that's when you could inhale some hopium. As it stands right now, Red Dead Online is set to receive another security patch. Now, Depot 117 is referring to the Red Dead Online DLC depot that we can observe on Steam database that basically just logs and categorizes changes to the game made by the developers, in this case, Rockstar. Each game that's published on Steam is going to have these logs, and they're available for anyone to view. They obviously don't reveal any information in regards to what the changes actually are for the specific game, but there are a few key details that we can gather when specific depots get updated. For example, Depot 117, as I said, is the DLC depot, and this DLC depot for both Red Dead Online and GTA Online specific DLC depot will get new changes when Rockstar is close to pushing out new content for either game. So far in 2022, we've actually seen this happen a few times, which usually is good news. In fact, it's extremely good news. It means that our content drought in-game is coming to an end. But something new has started to happen as recently as the past couple months in regards to the depots for Red Dead Online, and we're going to get into that. But the last thing to note from Tez's statement here is that we're getting another security patch for Red Dead. We've received 2 of these since the start of 2022 that's been set to address various online exploits, and Rockstar still has been making changes to both RDO and GTAO to address the cheating problems in both games, and it looks like they're still not slowing down in being proactive here, as another patch is on the way. This wouldn't normally be a background update, but instead a title update like the last security patch. There are no details though on if this is PC specific or if this will include console as well. But a little bit later on, he went on to say that whatever issues and exploits the Red Dead Online patch will address would likely be core issues across both the GTA Online and Red Dead Online, similar to the latest one we received that targeted the invite spam. The latest background update to Red Dead Online was received back in April for the PC version. For consoles, the last one dates all the way back to December 2021. Like, Rockstar wouldn't even allocate resources to address issues existing on all platforms rather than solely the PC version. And this is where we can definitely see the harsh reality of things right now in regards to Red Dead Online. Console didn't necessarily need the April security fix that the PC version got, as they didn't have social club account invite spam exploits, but this all falls in line with the broader problems us Red Dead Online players have been facing. First, the major DLC updates to the game have been getting smaller and smaller, and then we finally ended up with Blood Money last year, which only featured 3 new hats as new unlockable content besides the missions to play. The Outlaw passes went from being big 100 level battle passes and season passes to these other smaller mini season passes, which are only 25 levels, and now we don't even have those at all. And also, Rockstar has stopped doing weekly updates as recently as December 2021, and so the changes to the game aren't as frequent. Now we have monthly events with smaller rewards given out each week. We're regressing overall, we're not progressing, and it would really be quite a shame to see general fixes and background updates to the game also just not get addressed, or get addressed more infrequently than they are now as well. Now, the last thing that Tez stated a few days ago was in regards to what's actually happening at Rockstar right now. Most of the team is likely working on GTA 6, whereas some are working on GTA Online due to being more popular, and then of course GTA Plus being a thing now. Lack of background updates and no signs of a new DLC pack in development to this day on Steam database all shows no hope for this game. At least Rockstar is working on a new security patch to address some exploits that likely exist in GTA 5 as well. And that's a tough pill to swallow. Of course, we all want this to not be the case, but even by this point in time last year, Blood Money was already announced, and Rockstar shared a few details on it. Nothing from them this year, though, for a summer 2022 DLC update. Now, the last thing I want to talk about personally is pretty funny. It has to do with some new GTA Online content that the game is getting, but we already had this in Red Dead Online first, and this will mark the second time that GTA gets something that was otherwise exclusive to Red Dead Online, whereas Red Dead Online still has not received anything in its game that was featured exclusively in GTA Online previously yet. Tez said, if you want some more disappointment, the data mined buried stashes collectibles for GTA Online are still yet to happen. I initially thought it would arrive with expanded and enhanced, but Rockstar appears to have other plans to add it later on. I'm mentioning this because the metal detector would be featured as a necessary tool to locate these collectibles. That's another item from Red Dead Online making its way into GTA Online, besides the Frontier Pursuits pirate outfit from before. Now, if it wasn't so depressing, I could probably laugh at all this, but honestly, not anymore. Anyways, though, that's the current news and info for what's happening with Red Dead Online this summer. I thought I just owed you guys an update on basically the current standing of things. A lot of people have been asking if there's any news for an update or if there's any leaks to talk about and things like that. And this is basically everything that's been happening over the past month or so. So what are your thoughts on this? Have you already moved on? Do you still think things should be different, or do you even wish they were different anyway, or do you just not care anymore? The game is still so much fun for me personally, and while there is still a lot I want to make videos on, having an ever-evolving open world would really be the cherry on top here, because the state of the game and the mentality of players is always so much more of a positive one when there's new content to look forward to, and I think a lot of people would agree with that. But with all that said, that's all we have time for today, and so it's a good time to wrap things up right here. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Hopefully you all enjoyed the video today, and if you did, hopefully I earned your like on it. And of course, if you are new to my channel and you want to stay up to date with all the best Red Dead Online and Rockstar Games content, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out on a single thing we post here on the channel. We consistently talk about updates, news, information, tips, tricks, and even leaks, and we'll keep you guys updated here on the channel daily. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you want to follow me over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected with me outside of YouTube, and you're more than welcome to ask me any questions on those platforms. You can follow me at HazardousHDTV, and all of my social media links can be found in the description down below. With that being said, thank you all so much for watching, everyone. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys in the next Red Dead Online video. Adios, amigos.